Hey Year 7, so welcome to my dark junior school classroom. The reason why it's so dark is that I'm going to show you how to do the shadow art for your assessment task. So I have got a really cool setup over here. At home, you're going to have to be really creative with it. Remember, if you want to spend your class time this week working on this task, you are more than welcome to bring in some objects. We have cool objects you can use at school. We have ring lights, we can close the curtains for you, and you can have a fiddle with it at school. So this isn't something that you have to do completely at home, so don't feel stressed about that. But there is the convenience of being at home in the dark at night time, and the shadow will be a lot easier to see. So have a think about it, have a think about what you got at home, what you got at school, and how you can make this work. I am going to quickly now jump down and I will show you my setup. Then I'm going to get creative and make a shadow monster of my own. So hopefully it helps you to understand what we're asking a little bit better. All right, here we go. Okay, so this is the setup that I have. I've got my, just a stack of random containers that I found in my room to lift off the ground. And I'm going to place all my objects on here. I've got a piece of paper, blue tacked to the wall. You could use like a masking tape. Don't use a regular sticky tape, you might peel the paint off the wall. So I've got my paper on my wall ready to go. And as you can see, there is light shining onto it. And I just got this little lamp that attaches to things. You probably won't have one of those at home. If you do, awesome. You can just get a lamp and shine it that way, or a torch. Totally up to you how you do it. Remember, you can come to school and you can even borrow this exact one in class if you want to. Okay, so far I have my spray bottle and I have some pipe cleaners to make like a wing shape. It's going to be a side profile of the gargoyle, so I'm going to keep fiddling with it, but I just wanted to show you that you have to just keep adding objects together to get the shape of the shadow that you want on the piece of paper. Okay, so you can see here that I have smushed some objects together. I've got a paper plate that I've chopped up and used blue tack to fill in the shape and add the horn, and also to make like the shape of the head. So you can get paper and cut out different shapes to get a silhouette that you might want. What you're aiming for isn't necessarily a grotesque if you don't want it to be. It'd be awesome if you could make something like this that looks like a grotesque, but what I'm actually looking for is that you make a monster of some form. So if you want to get creative with that, go for it. But I would love to see some influence from medieval art in some way in your assessment task. I've got other random objects like the glue stick and the glue pot just to fill in the shape and make it look like there's a bit of a stool on the bottom of the cement. So now I've got my shadow, I'm going to do a drawing over the top of it and take a photograph. And that is how you will finish your assessment. So there you have my basic grotesque design. You can see that I have outlined the shadow that I have created and just use that as the basic shape. So you can get a bit more creative outside of that if you want to. You can see that I've put like little hooks on the wings and I've added eyes and a weird backwards leg thing to make it look a little bit more interesting. And then what I want you to do is actually really put a lot of effort into doing some shading, make it look a bit more interesting. It is a bit tricky when you're working on the wall, but just do your best, all right? You come up closer to it, you can see that I've put some detail in the background, like some mountains, like it's sitting on top of a little tower. I've got some bricks down there and some clouds in the sky. You can leave it black and white if you want to, but I would love to see a bit of color just to make it a bit interesting as well. So it's really up to you how you approach this. The way you submit your task is you need to take a photo of it on the wall with the shadow projecting on top of it, and also a photo of it standing on its own without the shadow. So you can just put it on the floor, take a photograph of it in normal lighting. Just so that we can compare to see what it looks like when you're done. So that is the idea of what I am after. Don't forget, it doesn't have to be a grotesque. I would love to see it with some grotesque features of some form, but you could make it a monster of whatever kind of crazy idea you have in your head. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoy the task and let me know if you have any questions.